This would have been a really beautiful school at one point. I do not trust these floors. I don't want to find out. Is all of this just graffiti? I actually thought this was like real school decor. It's pointless to me. Completely and utterly pointless. What kind of noise is that? And this is like 15 plus years of decay easily. Alright, how's everyone doing today? We're here in St. Louis, of course. I'm about to go do another abandoned school. There's probably like 10, 15, 20 abandoned schools in this city. But obviously, I'm not going to do too many of them. I'm just going to select a few, and this is going to be one of them here. This one was built in 1904 and shut down, I think, in 2017, just because of low enrollment and budget cuts and consolidating students into other schools. Now, let's not waste any more time because we got like little raindrops coming down. This is it right here. Just gotta get around these fences. There's a window there. But there's also just a whole panel out in this door, so let's get it. Yeah. There's like an old like alarm system, but obviously it doesn't work anymore. St. Louis has so many schools, and a lot of them look just like this. Like same like building layout construction, because a lot of these really early 1900s schools around here were designed by the same architect. Immediately, I do not trust these floors. They're caked in rubble, and it looks like it just goes up and down. This is making me so nervous. The whole floor is those little wood panels. You see that beneath all the debris. Right, classrooms. Old green chalkboards. Over there, I think, where it branches out, is going to be some sort of gymnasium. Old green moss on the floor. Really doesn't look like anyone goes here. Like hardly ever. It's like no graffiti. Oh god, there's like a neighbor out over there. Should probably get out of sight. Probably see me right through that window. Okay, who's honking? I'm being a little paranoid right now, but it's better than being too comfortable. So there's a floor below us. It's probably like a somewhat underground basement. What kind of noise is that? Gotta just be dripping water. We've been getting a lot of rain around here. This basement is just disgusting too. I don't want to get my socks soaked in all this garbage. There really ain't gonna be much of anything down here anyway. It's not a complete basement. It's just kind of on this side. Ooh. Finding Nemo. These are kind of my favorite style of hallways in school, just the really big open kind. Especially ones with nice old like wood door window facades. Bet you this was a library back in the day. Just kind of based on its like central location in the school and how just big and open it is in here. You can see out there they had one of those United States maps drawn on the pavement of their playground. This right here is where that floor really sinks in. Just gonna stay by the edges of it. I think there's some sort of structure under there though. I don't think it's just wood like that, but who knows? I don't want to find out. So I had it in my notes. What I thought I found on this place was that it was closed in 2017. This has not been closed since 2017. This is like 15 plus years of decay easily. I'm calling cap on that. But it's really hard to find good, reliable info on schools like this, especially in a place like St. Louis where there's so many abandoned schools. It's like after a while, it's almost like they just stop having any history whatsoever. It's just an empty building that's been closed for decades. Whoa. Of all the things to be in this old building, I wouldn't have expected a whole vending machine. I mean, it looks as though they virtually removed all other furniture, but how is this still in here? Of all things. Oh, there's my car over there. Of course, I parked the wrong direction on a one-way. That is literally my least favorite thing about going to all these new cities to explore. Unless it's like a really like large, big road that needs just extra lanes in like a city, but it isn't like a highway. I will never be able to fathom or understand why they have to make every other road a one-way. It's pointless to me, completely and utterly pointless. I shouldn't have to take 4 different directions just to have to drive a certain way because you can only drive one way on just a common neighborhood street. It's just unbelievable to me that every place I go to, every new city, has to do this one-way garbage on half of their streets. That's like my biggest rant and complaint about traveling around to these like bigger cities and other towns, because where I come from, the place I live is like a modernized suburb. We don't have any of those. There's no one-ways around there. It's like, oh, I need to get to this building over here, so I guess I'll just take this road, and oh, wait, can't go that way. You can only go one way on that road, and it's taking me the opposite way. It's so stupid. Someone explain to me who came up with this idea. All right, I'm done ranting and raving. I want to go see this gym, because it's going to be right here in front of us. Oh no, we got like another basement level. It's probably going to be soaked. Actually, it's not too bad on this side. All right, I see those chairs kind of propping it open all nice like. Wow, why is this gym actually so nice? Look at the podium. It's where the principal would stand here and give them speeches. It's probably just their big multi-purpose room. Is this graffiti? Is all this just graffiti? Some Mario super fan came in here and painted all this Mario-based graffiti. I actually thought this was like real school decor. Well, these rims are all janky, so making a shot would be a little easier. Free throw with a dodgeball. It's one of those like red rubber dodgeballs. What a true underdog story. I don't even think they had bleachers. I think they just used these really long tables. I bet you they ate their lunch here too, because this is the only big open floor space in here. The rest of it's just school building. Yeah, that's kind of all for the gym portion of the building. Oh, well, there's a music room. All the decor over there is getting covered by black mold. Right, check out the second floor. There's really only 2 of them. It's not huge. This is just another one of those like places that's way abandoned clearly, but you wouldn't really know it driving by. It's just, you kind of have to notice the broken windows and everything. Or just be like me and be a whiz with satellite views. Oh, there's a cat down there. There he goes. I'm just seeing cats everywhere. I think that was a black cat too. That's bad luck. Look at this. Look how nice that is. Is that all chalk? Yeah, that's basically chalk. My finger. I'm glad this hasn't worn away yet. But it's sad that it's eventually gonna. I forget how old I was, probably only like 10, 12, 13. But one time on a family vacation, me and my family actually went up in the arch. School color day, grade level day, gene day, sports day. Why didn't I get all these days in elementary school? Although this is like end of school stuff. You know, field day, last day for students, and then last day for staff. That was literally the last day ever for this school. Sounded like a fun final month though. Looney Tunes. Not much more to see up here. It's kind of our last corridor. When did the clock stop? Is it about 11:12 or so? All these clocks run on the same system in here, so I bet they're all stopped at 11:12. Yeah, exactly. Same thing on this one too. One of my favorite things in here are these stairwells with the metal window frames and handrail systems. I like that shade of green. This would have been a really beautiful school at one point. See all those little paw prints right there? Bet you that cat did that and all the other animals that sneak in there. Yeah, it's kind of a cool old place with some nice old architecture, because like I said, a lot of these schools around here were designed by the same guy, and he knew how to make buildings look beautiful. This is also kind of the reason I'm really only doing a couple of them, because I feel like they'd all be carbon copies of each other, with them all being designed basically the same. Don't want the St. Louis little tour to be too full of schools the whole time. All right, boys and girls, easy does it, easy does it. Just another St. Louis video in the books. And speaking of St. Louis, we're still gonna film plenty more videos here, so I hope you're enjoying this tour if you've been sticking around, and see you next week.